Snow White. And from the start, it really did seem like this movie was destined to be a commercial failure, as they tried to replace the dwarves with the Justice Squad of Diversity.
Oh my gosh. The video just started and I'm understanding why people... Bruh, y'all took away the most vital characters out the movie and replaced it with this? What is this?
The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
Also, the fact that she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms.
Keep in mind, this film has technically been, but I feel like they just did her beyond dirty with this horrible CGI.
Bruh, Disney fed up with Snow White, bro.
And I think they did her even dirtier, literally, with those teeth.
Damn,
I mean, they got her out here.
Try with the teeth. Oh no, fam, y'all. Oh no. Just off this image alone, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? 53 mil my ass first week, bruh. If this out of CGI looking, y'all don't give no. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care.
I mean, they got her out here looking more like Lord Farquaad than Snow White.
YouTube, man, what's good? It's your boy FSD coming back with another video, bruh. And man, bruh, apparently, bruh, the whole world hating on this Snow White movie, bruh. I'm trying to see what it's about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. The old movie, the original, I ain't gonna cap. I don't really remember it too well, but as far as I could remember, I don't remember it being a terrible movie, but I didn't watch it that much. Like, I didn't watch it that many times to kind of, like, give it its flowers type shit. I mean, of course, it's a legendary movie. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the original cartoon. I mean, I don't really got no opinions on it, you know what I'm saying? But apparently the whole world hating on this new one. Now, I think the movie actually came out the day that I'm recording this, so I don't know when I'm going to drop this vid, but whenever I do drop this vid, the movie already out. So y'all let me know in the comments if y'all saw the movie and is it a good movie? Is the critics going a little too hard on the movie or what? Y'all let me know. But we about to get into a video, bro. I need a better understanding on why people hate this movie so much, because this shit going viral, you know what I'm saying? But let's get straight into it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. Roll to 5K. Let's get it.
So for around the last year, I've been keeping up with the news regarding the latest live-action Disney film, Snow White. And from the start, it really did seem like this movie was destined to be a commercial failure, as they tried to replace the dwarves with the Justice Squad of Diversity.
Photos just came out showing that the Snow White movie replaced the 7 dwarves with 7 average people instead. Do you think Disney made the right choice doing this?
Oh my gosh. The video just started and I'm understanding why people... Bruh, y'all took away the most vital characters out the movie and replaced it with this? What is this? Why did they diversify it? And bro, it should have been dwarves. Like, Disney, bruh. I understand, like, we in the new era. You know what I'm saying? Things change, gang. But why would y'all do this with the dwarves? Like, the dwarves? That's like the main vocal point of the goddamn... I can't believe these motherfuckers.
Justice Squad of Diversity.
Photos just came out showing that the Snow White movie replaced the 7 dwarves with 7 average people instead. Do you think Disney made the right choice doing this?
It's a bad thing. I'm not agreeing with it. You're replacing jobs that people could have as little people. Okay. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, it's 4 dwarfs.
Now, obviously, people absolutely hated that idea. A lot of people find these dwarves to be iconic. And then the 2 main talent in the film, Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, went on a ton of interviews basically saying this rendition of the film was going to be altered quite a bit, with the main theme now being feminism.
The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
Also, the fact that she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms.
Keep in mind, this film has technically been in the making since 2016, and with this being based on the first animated film ever, a staple in the Disney IP, fans had very high expectations. Now by 2021, it began to really materialize. The film had now been casted, written, and they knew who the director would be. And then obviously it ran into these problems with public perception by the time the trailer would actually come out.
Yeah.
Weird.
So Disney had to go back to the drawing board, which delayed the release of this film by an entire year. And in the end, the total budget for this movie was $209 million. And strangely enough, now that this thing is finally going to see the light of day, it seems like Disney is doing everything in their power to just get it over with. In fact, I would say they're downright sick of the headache this movie has become. And today...
Damn, bruh, that's crazy, bruh. Niggas say they was trying to get this shit in motion since 2016. Once they established the cast, motherfuckers just started... Bruh, they was on their ass, bruh. That's crazy. Because I remember some of them interviews that they was doing, and she basically was like, basically venting in the sense like, you know what I'm saying, people really wasn't messing with this, you know what I'm saying. But y'all let me know in the comments if y'all went to go see this movie, how it turned out, because I don't know, bruh.
Going to talk about why Disney is basically saying, here, damn, with the release of this film. You've been having a lot of articles like this come out. Disney scales back Snow White Hollywood premiere amid Rachel Ziegler and Gal Gadot controversies.
Damn.
And when they say scaling back, this is what they mean. Disney is hosting a Hollywood premiere of Snow White on March 15th, which is in 2 days, but the studio won't be rolling out a robust red carpet like it usually does. The afternoon festivities will include a pre-party and screening at the El Capitan Theater with star Rachel Ziegler and Gal Gadot. However, the red carpet will not include the dozens of media outlets usually invited by Disney to interview the cast and creatives at its premieres. Instead, coverage will be limited to photographers and a house crew. So it essentially seems like Disney wants as much control of this red carpet premiere as they can get. They don't want these people being asked any more spontaneously tough questions. They don't want this entire thing to become more political than it already has. And to a lot of people in the industry, this seems to be a pretty clear sign that Disney does not have a lot of faith in this movie. And the other reason people started to share that opinion was because of the way they decided to pre-sale the tickets for this movie.
Get tickets now for the magical, musical, movie event.
It's time.
I don't know what it is about this specific frame right here, but I feel like they just did her beyond dirty with this horrible CGI.
Bruh, Disney fed up with Disney fed up with Snow White, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta see how this movie do after today, bruh, cause I ain't gonna lie, dog. They not, bruh. This shit about to, bro. Hopefully it don't be an epic fail. Hopefully some people find this movie good, you know what I'm saying? Which they will, you know what I'm saying? Because they got fucking billions of people in this world, bro. Like, somebody go like this movie, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, if they switched out the dwarves like bro was saying in the beginning of the vid and shit, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's bad business, gang. But I don't know, bro. That's crazy, dog.
They got her ass out here looking like a bobblehead. And overall, whoever styled her hair for this movie just did her beyond dirty. I mean, they got her out here looking more like Lord Farquaad than Snow White.
This is my kingdom.
You dare to disobey me.
The queen stole it from all of us. Come on.
In theaters March 21st. Disney's Snow White.
Can you point me in the right direction?
And the other thing I think is that they made these dwarves look like absolute shit.
Oh my gosh. So the original
Direction?
And the other thing...
So I'm guessing the original dwarves is back in full effect. Cause I ain't gonna lie, if they would have stuck with that original plan with just diversifying the dwarves and making them regular sized people, that would have been an instant fail. You know what I'm saying? They would have did better just scrapping that whole script. Don't even drop the movie, because I ain't gonna lie, it's no point. What's Snow White without the 7 dwarves, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even sit right. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, Come on now. Like, that don't even go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a burger without fries. Like, bro, you gotta have fries with the burger. Like, come on, gang. Like, what?
Is that they made these dwarfs look like absolute shit. I mean, like, who the fuck is that? Oh, big face looking ass, old scary face looking ass. This shit's gonna haunt me in my fucking nightmares. I mean, I'm serious, guys. Don't you just want to smack him in his big old water head? The other funny thing is that you just had Disney hiding hundreds upon hundreds of replies to this, where people, you know, obviously had negative feelings about this trailer. But yeah, back to the ticket release. They would announce these back on March 10th, which is only 11 days before the actual premiere of this movie, like the public premiere. And that is very abnormal for a movie of this caliber that Disney spent so much money on. When you compare this release to something like The Little Mermaid, which was one of the last live-action movies that Disney did, you can see the big difference is that they released these pre-sale tickets about 1 month before the release date, which has now been like the current standard for Disney's bigger films. In fact, the last time a studio would roll something out in a similar fashion was actually when Universal came out with The Flash. And obviously, they ended up having this absolute creep cast as the main character. Bruh. And I mean, look at the things this guy was doing, okay? He was accused of committing assault.
Burglary. I don't know why I can't. Burglary. Slow it down. Disorderly conduct, harassment, and grooming of minors. Oh my gosh. Flash. What you on, bruh? What you on, creep? Bruh, oh my gosh, bruh. Why, Ezra? Bruh, Ezra. Come on, gang.
Disorderly conduct, harassment, and of minors. Obviously, back then, that film had a ton of negative PR. Universal probably felt like they were on a sinking ship. And so for that situation to be compared with this Disney situation, and for them to kind of decide to go that same route, kind of tells people that Disney is more or less just going through the motions here. Just for more reference, this is what The Little Mermaid premiere was looking like.
To celebrate the film's world premiere.
Basically, what I'm trying to show here is that Disney is more accustomed to making an entire event about this. They love to invite all the biggest media outlets to come out and basically give them some good publicity in anticipation for a movie's release, where they will do things like invite celebrities to come on. They'll do an entire theme for the night. Basically, it seems like they'll actually give a shit. An inside source had this to say: they've been going through the motions on Snow White, all but saying, we need to get this thing over with. An advanced sales cycle of less than 2 weeks just screams, we have zero faith in this thing. Damn. And it couldn't come at a worse point when the industry is just trying to limp along to May. And obviously, guys, people do...
Let me find out Disney falling off, bruh. Now, I know Lilo and Stitch supposed to be coming out soon. I don't know what other Disney movies. I ain't really been fully tapped in, but I have seen Lilo and Stitch. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Lilo and Stitch. Y'all let me know if they got a trailer out for Lilo and Stitch that I should react to. You know what I'm saying? I might have to react to the trailer because I ain't really been too tapped in with the Disney live action movies. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't lying. This Snow White ain't doing y'all no justice right about now. I ain't gonna cap. And then I ain't even watched The Little Mermaid, so I don't know how that movie wound up doing, but I'm guessing Halle did her thing on that bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really had too much bad stuff besides, you know, people being mad that she was black, but besides that, I ain't really had too much like criticism about like the movie being bad or whatever. But I don't know, maybe I might have to react to the movies. Y'all let me know if I should start doing movie reactions at this point, gang. TV show reactions, y'all let me know, bro.
Go to the movies at the same clip like they did 10 or 20 years ago. But when I looked up some local tickets for this movie at some very popular locations in Austin, Texas, almost every theater I saw had not made one single sale. And I'm not talking about just for the premiere, which will be on like a Thursday, so you could say, oh, it's just a little bit of a weird day for someone to go take their kid to see a movie like this. Because I checked that Friday night, I checked the entire weekend, and literally every local theater I had checked had sold less than 2 tickets. Even before the LA premiere news, however, there was a sense that Disney was being a bit bashful about Snow White. One theater owner and a rival studio source says that Disney's massive marketing machine has been uncharacteristically quiet until recently, noting advanced ticket sales didn't commence until Monday, less than 2 weeks before the film's release. Many of the studio's live-action family tentpoles in recent years have typically become available to book at least a month before the film opens. Disney would also release this clip from the film.
You were saying?
It's just, Your Majesty, people are struggling, and it may not be much, but when I was young, my parents and I we'd pick apples. We'd take them and make pies, then go out into the village.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries. It confuses them.
Something small, something sweet even can make you believe that there's more to being alive than mere subsistence.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
I mean, honestly, based on this one scene, Gal Gadot does not seem like a very good actress at all. I mean, she seems like her face only has one expression. Like that boy Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie. It's just the same thing over and over again. That shit don't move.
Fearless, fair, brave, true. How quaint.
People were also noting that they changed the fundamental reason why she's called Snow White. Disney's Snow White says she got her name because she survived a bit of snowstorm.
My father told me long ago I braved a bitter storm of snow.
And as much as I don't really like accounts like this,
then it's a sing-along, bruh. It's a sing-along. Oh, my. Well, no, fuck, they had singing in the original, though, right? See, I don't remember Snow White, bro. I don't think I ever really sat down and watched that full movie, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they had singing in it. Yeah, they definitely had singing in it, bro. It's Disney. Come on now.
And them to be a little bit politically divisive, and I feel like they just post rage bait that makes grown men like this mad. This isn't Snow White. Fuck Disney. Like, if this type of topic makes you feel that passionate as a grown man, I don't really know what to tell you. But I say all that to say that account did make a good point, because in the original Brothers Grimm fairy tale, Snow White was named Snow White because her mother wished for a daughter with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. And it's one of those things to me where you're changing like the core fundamentals of a classic film, and it's all in an effort to be like overtly PC. Like, yes, there's some things about old media and cartoons that would definitely require like a bit of a political correction for modern times. Like, sometimes you'll see those disclaimers. But this is one of those things where it's like there's nothing really wrong with someone having some white ass skin, and that being the reason that their name is Snow White. But because of that, I don't want to hear shit when I get cast as Peter Pan. When they cast me as Li Shang, I don't want people saying I'm not Asian enough. As a matter of fact, I want to be casted as this white boy. Just a little side note, this has to be one of the most underrated Disney movies of all time. In all seriousness, though, one of the reasons this film has become such a PR nightmare for Disney is the fact that the two leading actresses have some really serious beef. Here they were presenting an award at the Oscars. Have some really serious beef. Here they were presenting an award at the Oscars.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen.
Their work makes the impossible seem possible. Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
And the thing is, these two women went from
beefing. What's going on? They went from best of friends to beefing. How y'all castmates and beefing? Y'all two of the main characters of a movie, and y'all got differences, bro. What's going on?
Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
And the thing is, these two women went from being like, yeah, feminism, we're both strong women, to now it's like that clip of Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. And it really all stems from the fact that she is pro-Palestine, and this woman is Jewish, so obviously she's pro-Israel, and they have both been quite public about their opinions.
I am proud to be an Israeli, and I am proud to be Jewish. But this is a time when many of us in the Jewish community have had to find our voice and confront the hatred against us, even if it's extremely uncomfortable.
And so basically they're covering all of these political bases, and I think it's just become a massive headache for Disney. I mean, you got tweets like this getting hundreds of thousands of likes. Your reminder to boycott Snow White. And obviously, with the actresses being on either side of the spectrum when it comes to this issue, you end up getting hate from all these different directions. It's like you're pissing absolutely everybody off. Here, Rachel Ziegler shares a pro-Palestine message. Someone says, "Thank you for speaking, better late than never." And she says, "I've been public with pro-Palestine stance since 2021. Have a nice day." And when Trump was elected back in November, Rachel would take to Instagram to share her feelings, basically saying she was shocked, that she was heartbroken, that this country had apparently become a safe haven for hatred.
Damn,
and I guess this was the part that really made headlines, made Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. I mean, for people who really let politics run their life, when their candidate loses, you know, for me, I guess it would be like my team losing the Super Bowl, losing the World Series.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, she would actually apologize for this. I'm guessing that Disney made a call, maybe some black
Disney said, "Hold on, love, hold on. We understand you the star of the movie. You the Snow White, but not too much on Mr. Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know Trump hold a lot of weight. You know you hold a lot of power. You feel me? So you gotta watch what you say, love. Then you in the industry, so it's kind of like, you know, when you got a name. So it's once you speak on anything dealing with Trump, wrap it up." That's why they doing you the way they doing you, bro. You can't even have a valid premiere for the movie. Like, bro, Snow White, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all let me know once again how this movie turned out, because me personally, I'm not going to see it, but I would like to hear the opinions on it, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit, bro, people ain't messing with this Snow White, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on, but they said F Snow White.
Eventually, she would actually apologize for this. I'm guessing that Disney made a call. Maybe some black SUVs showed up at her crib. And so here she says, "Hi, everyone. I would like to sincerely apologize for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding. And I'm sorry I contributed to the negative discourse." And like I said, I really do think that Disney kind of made the call here, because how often do you really see someone who's passionate about politics like go back on their beliefs? Almost never.
Come on,
and despite all of this, Rachel must be one of the most media trained people on earth, because she claims that the reason for the backlash to the film is due to passion for the original film. I interpret people's sentiments towards this film as passion. What an honor to be part of something that people feel so passionately about. We're not always going to agree with everyone who surrounds us, and all we can do is our best. And despite all of this being an absolute PR nightmare for Disney, the film is actually still projected to do pretty well. They're thinking it's going to gross around $53 million in the opening weekend.
Honestly, though, it might do actually do well. Honestly, because it's like, brother, all publicity is good publicity. So it's kind of like, fuck, that bit might still go crazy. It might actually wind up being a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Just me personally, I've never been a fan of Snow White, so I wouldn't really go see that. But you know what I'm saying? It might do good, you know what I'm saying? That's a crazy number to be projected at, though. You know what I'm saying? 53 mil? Opening weekend? Ooh, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough, but it's not super tough. I mean, the possibilities is endless, but that's, you know what I'm saying?
And I guess you never really know what's going to happen. I mean, you have some YouTube channels saying that this is going to destroy Disney altogether, which is just a beyond stupid stance to have. I mean, have y'all ever been to Disney World? There's people leaking out that motherfucker, spending all types of money on their little ears and the shitty food. Yeah, guys, I don't know what it is about this specific frame, but it just makes me feel some horrible thoughts.
Pissing me off, dog.
And I think they did her even dirtier, literally, with those teeth.
Damn,
I mean, they got her out here.
Try with the teeth? Oh no, fam, y'all. Oh no. Just off this image alone, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? 53 mil my ass first week, bruh. If this how the CGI looking, y'all don't give no. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care. That's tough though. Get the T right. You know what I'm saying? Andy, edit the T. Edit the T. You know what I'm saying?
Like Lord Farquaad mixed with George Washington. In all reality here, though, I do think that Disney kind of fell for the sunk cost fallacy. I think it was one of those things where it was like they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. And like I said, this thing just became such a big headache for them that they're just like, here, damn, take the motherfucker. We got Lilo and Stitch on the way now, and people are actually liking the way, you know, that one's looking early on.
I ain't lying. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to react to the trailer. I ain't see the trailer yet, but I you know what I'm saying, you bro, the media bro, it's so hard to like not run across like movies that's already out because it's like damn, like the media spoil everything type shit. So it's like, bro, I saw it, but I ain't watched the trailer, but you see the little thumbnail on YouTube and shit. You see the little thumbnails all over TikTok and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just see it, but I gotta react to it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know if y'all want that reaction, though.
Know what you guys think about this topic down below. For those of you that do have kids, do you plan to take them to see this? For those of you that are older but are just Disney fans, are you hyped up for this? Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other botched movie releases out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
Shout out to Jamari, man. Shout out to Jamari, man. WVid, but y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about the new Snow White, bro. Y'all let me know if y'all think it's gonna fail in the box office. Y'all let me know, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I don't know if it might necessarily touch that 53 mil first week, but I ain't gonna lie though. It's gonna be up there for sure, for sure. It's definitely gonna be up there, bro. I don't see people just flicking out on this movie. Like, cause you gotta think how legendary of a movie this is. Like, it's Snow White. You know what I'm saying? Then they got the 7 Dwarfs back in full effect, so it might hit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all comment below y'all favorite Disney movie, bro. If y'all made it this far to end the video, bro. Like, comment, and subscribe, bro. Join the fam, bro. Roll the 5K. FSD out, bro.